I got a story time for y'all today. It's been a while since we did a story. But I got a story, and it's one of the things that happened to me when I was a kid, about 13 years of age. Alright, let's get started. 13 years of age, I was like your average kid, alright? I basically went out and mowed yards. I shoveled driveways. I even night crawled hunting. I used to go get the night crawlers and sell them to the bait shop. I used to find all kinds of little jobs so I could make some monies. Well, anyway, back when I was 13, I was offered a job. The job was delivering circulars. Circulars, they came in a little plastic bag about like this, about like that, with a little hole in top for they go on the doorknob. And inside this plastic bag was basically coupons and stuff like that, you know? And all I had to do was just take them one at a time, put them on a doorknob, and go to house to house to house. I was paid, I think, I'm not exactly sure how they paid me, by each circular I was able to place on the house, or I got paid by the hour. I didn't make much money. When I did this, I made at the most 15, 20 bucks, and I was able to do this one time a week, you know, just one time a week. Well, anyway, I was offered the job, and there in the beginning, it was perfectly fine. I was good at it. Guys, I'm here to tell you, I was bad to the bone. I will fill up my bag, and it was so darn heavy. And I will go up and down these streets in my neighborhood putting circulars on the door. And we're talking, I was practically running. You know, because the people that was in charge that hired us to do this, they would basically take us to each one of these little places in our neighborhood in the van, because that's where they kept the circulars. And they'd be like, okay, I want you to hurry up and run up and down. Get these quick. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Well, one day, I was going up one of the blocks, and I went up to a house, and I put the circular on the door, like I did everything else. No sooner I stepped one foot down the steps, this guy comes out shouting at me, "What the hell you doing, you little brat?" I turned around and said, I'm sorry, sir. I'm giving you a circular. He takes it, rips it up to shreds, and throws it right at me. Then shouts, "Don't you ever come back." Of course, I'm 13 years old. It scared the holy crap out of me, right? So I go ahead and get done with that, and I get back to the van to get more circulars, and I tell the lady, this guy doesn't want no circulars. We better not give any more circulars back to this guy, because he's really angry. She's like, no. Next week, he gets a circular. Well, I went ahead and finished my job, and then the following week came. And I'm like, okay. Maybe she thought about it. Maybe, you know, she won't let nobody else go to this person's house, and she picks me. She's like, here's that block, and you make sure you give this guy a circular. You hear me, Michael? Uh-huh. So basically, I'm handing out circulars. I'm getting closer and closer to this guy's house. Very close, and I finally get to this guy's house. I sneak right up on the porch like a ninja. I take that circular, I put it real carefully on his doorknob, and I back away. Now I get down the steps. I think I'm in the clear. No! It's like this guy was waiting for me. He opens up that door, he grabs that circular and throws it at me. It doesn't hurt when it hits me. It's just paper, for God's sakes. And then he shouts at me again, "I told you, you little brat, you ever come back here again, I will spank you." So I walk down the street, my head's like this, and I tell you, it scared the hell out of me. I think I had tears in my eyes. What did I do? So I finished my job, get back to the van, and I say, "Ma'am, he did it again. I can't go back there. He doesn't want circulars." "You're going back. You're going back. As a matter of fact, you're going back today." She turned around and made me go back, and he yelled at me again. Well, guys, this went on for about another week or two. And this guy would be there waiting for me or something, and he'd come out, throw that circular at me, and threaten to whip me. Just shout at me. I think he even once told me he's going to break all my bones in my body. Right? So it finally happened. Saturday came. I get with the lady, and there was other people working, but she always seemed to want to put me onto this house. And she says, "Well, you know what, today, Michael, you can pass this guy's house up." I was like, "I can?" Yeah, you go ahead and pass this guy's house up. I'm taking it as a loss, you know. It made me feel guilty. Made me feel guilty because I wasn't giving this guy a circular. You know? But I was a stupid kid. What the hell did I know? So I'm all happy and stuff. I'm putting circulars on the door, and here comes this guy's house up. And this is what I did. I swear to God, this is what I did. I walked by this guy's house, I'm like, and went to the next house. I get done with the next house, I'm hearing somebody shout, "You little brat, get over here!" What? So I'm walking, that old man is out there, that cranky old man's out there, I'm walking, I was like, "Sir, you forgot to give me a circular." What? He says I forgot to give him a circular? So I was like, "Sir, you don't want none. You told me many times I'm not giving you one. I'm sorry. No, you don't want it." He says, "Yes, I do. Come here." And I'm sitting there and I'm a little shaky because this guy's an old man. He cranky. And he walks me up and he says, "Sit down on my steps, son." He calls me son. I'm like, is this guy done freaking went local? So I sit down on the step like this. He looks at me, puts his arm over my shoulder, says, "I've been giving you a hard time, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm a cranky old man, and you become the only fun I have." I said, "I don't understand, sir." He says, "I look forward to seeing you every Saturday, and I look forward to yelling at you." I do. I know that's wrong, son. I know it's wrong, but you're my only form of entertainment. And I was like, "I'm sorry," and we sat down and we talked. We talked for about a good half an hour, I'm guessing. Long enough to me get in trouble when I got back to the van, but he sat there and told me he has nobody. He don't have no family. And at first, when he first seen me putting a circuit on the door, it did anger him a little bit. And then after time went by, me doing it many other times, he says it became fun to him. He enjoyed chasing me away. So he made me a deal. He says, "This is your job. I get it. He says, "Go ahead and give me a circular. I might yell at you because, like I said, I find enjoyment in that." He says, "But would you come by every so often and pay me a visit? And we'll sit down here and just let this old man talk to you. Just let this old man here tell you stories, what it was like when I was a kid, what it's like when I was in the war." Yeah, he was a veteran. He says, "Would you mind if I was to tell you my stories?" Well, you know what? I did it. I went by and visited this old man. His name was Frank, all the way up until I was 18 years of age when he passed on. I even went to his funeral. I went by and visited this man. I was 13 and I made friends with this guy. As a matter of fact, when I first got my driver's license, the first place I went was over Frank's house. When I got my first girlfriend, my very first girlfriend, where did I go? Frank's house. As a matter of fact, the girlfriend I had was next door to Frank. Long story. Yeah, my first girlfriend was a nightmare. And, no. Yeah, my first girlfriend was a nightmare. I told you about that story. She basically, her and her new boyfriend got my first car I bought ever. You guys remember that on a story time? It was my very first girlfriend, yeah. I kissed her one time, that was it. But anyway, this guy became a good friend of mine, and I paid him a visit every chance I got. And when I made it back to the van that day, she shouted at me. This woman shouted at me. It's almost like, you know, when I talked to Frank, it's almost like he knew who that woman was, and it was like she purposely was making me give him papers. It's almost like they knew each other, you know, but I couldn't make the connection. But now that I'm a older man today, I think they might have knew each other pretty well, and, you know, kind of broke the ties, and I think that's why she forced me to give him papers. He never said anything, she never said anything, but I just assumed. Well, guys, this has been story time. Alright, guys, the end of that video didn't come out because my camera ran too hot down in my studio. Yeah, That's why I'm not able to do a lot of green screen videos until I can find a way to produce, well, from it overheating. But guys, thanks for watching. Come on. Let's get out of here and we'll catch you next time.